Good evening and welcome to the vlog, coming to you tonight directly from the Tower of London, right here behind me. And tonight's all about night photography. I don't know what gave it away, perhaps the lack of daylight or the title of this video, which I haven't phrased yet by the way, but either way, night photography it is. And the plan is to head to the Tower Bridge, which is just around the corner from the Tower of London, and then let's get this party on the way. Let's do this. So what's been happening in my life over the past few days? It's middle of January and that means the days are really short, and as an accountant with the year end just behind us, the days at the office are extremely long, which means as an accountant you don't see much daylight, and that's why I'm out here making use of the little spare time I have at the moment and to embrace the night photography. Because if you're new around this channel, guess what? I'm pretty addicted to photography in general, and if you've been around this channel for a long time, you'd know that already. So yeah, there's no holding me back. Had the itch and decided to get out there, and that's kind of cool. Sometimes when the itch drives you, grab your camera, get out there, and you might walk away with some really inspirational shots because you're in the mood. So, because your mood can actually impact your photos a lot. If you're in a good mood and you're feeling the vibes, naturally as a person you're a lot more creative, and that will make you embrace your photography a lot more, and you can walk away with some amazing results. So, that being said, let's go find Antoine. Actually, I already answered that question. There he is, and he's joining me tonight. And then yeah, let's let the photography ensue. What's happening?
How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, good, and you?
Yeah, great, thanks.
This is photo location number 1, and this view really never gets old. Check this out. There's a glorious Tower Bridge, and actually like a year or two ago they renewed the lights, renovated them all, and the bridge is looking much more fantastic at night now. Before it was a little bit dark at the top, still kind of is a little bit, but they fixed that up. And crazy thing I think tonight is they're hosting some kind of event, because I don't know if you'll be able to see that on the small camera, but there's some red lights going on at the top on the bridge, so that's kind of interesting. And let me talk you through the shot that I was going for a bit. So composition wise, I wanted to work a bit with these lanterns that just add a little bit of light into the scene, add a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more interest. Of course, Tower Bridge being the main subject. And another thing I love is just how this these bricks down here just make a perfect leading line and add a lot of texture and foreground element as well, because sometimes that's really cool just to incorporate a bit of sidewalk and texture, just to accentuate your shot a little bit more and add a little bit more interest and a little bit more context. And the best way to do that, to capture these bricks down here, is just to get really low and bring your tripod a lot closer to the floor. Because when your tripod's a lot closer to the floor, these bricks will appear a lot bigger in your scene and adds a different angle, because most people walking by obviously see this at eye level and not from the pavement. So that gives your shot a lot of interest and not something you'd ordinarily associate with walking through London. So that's kind of the idea I went through, and let's go check out this photo. So one thing you should never do is trespass. Always stick to the rules and stick to getting the same boring shots as everybody else. But if you were to trespass, which you definitely should not be doing, you can get some really amazing views as well, like this one right here. But just moving a little bit closer into this restricted area, it's actually a real beautiful composition, because you can get the shard neatly lined up between the two towers of Tower Bridge, and that's really awesome. And where this is just in front of this hotel, a little bit of a fenced out area, and they've got a pier. So I think the only real reason they fenced it off is because there's no railing and you can fall in the water, and I guess it's more dangerous. But if you're not an idiot, that won't happen to you, and I hope I stay dry and my camera gear stays dry and we can stay on dry land today. But yeah, I'm gonna set up the tripod, and then the composition's pretty obvious like I explained, that right here. But I'd also encourage you to always pick out a foreground interest. So that might be this pole sticking out here, or in this case, I think I'm going to be sticking with this pier here, which is one of the landings for the boats. So that just gives that really good 3D effect by having something protrude towards you, and then also because that pier is quite long, it's a perfect leading line it leads your eyes into the Tower Bridge. And because it's night, of course, a long exposure is needed to capture enough light into the camera. And then an additional beautiful side effect of this happening is that this water is going to be silky smooth, which just looks amazing as well. With all these lights of the city just reflecting into the river and creating nice streaks of that silky smooth water surface. So I've set the bar pretty high and the expectation is really high right now. But I should probably stop talking, take the photo, and hopefully it can match the expectations of what I just described. Let's do this. So I've made it onto the top of Tower Bridge. Check this out. There's beautiful Tower Bridge behind me. And the idea right now is to photograph light trails. And what this is it's long exposures of 30 seconds. Just had to take the shot right now because the bus is actually just driving past, so I wanted to capture that. And let me talk to you about how the shot works. By taking long exposures of 30 seconds and waiting for a bus and some cars to drive over the bridge, this long exposure actually catches the tail lights and the headlights of the cars and creates these beautiful trails that just whiz along the bridge. And that's actually one of the reasons that made me get into photography. And that's the sole reason I bought my first DSLR camera, because by using those manual settings, you can use the camera to its full advantage and really do incredible things like long exposures that ends in these amazing, beautiful, artistic effects with light trails whizzing past and all kinds of other crazy stuff that you can do. And yeah, let me stop rambling and show you what these light trails look like when they're finished shooting. So what's your opinion of long exposure light trails? Do you love them or do you hate them? Anyway, I was thinking of filming a future tutorial where I go really in depth into the technicalities of how to shoot the perfect light trails, the equipment you'll need, as well as the technicalities behind dialing in the perfect manual settings in order to make those light trails just come out looking just perfect. If you're interested in a tutorial just like that, I'd love to judge your interest. If you want to see a video like that, do let me know in the comments below and I'll consider making a tutorial just like that. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. It is a school night after all. I do have work in the morning, so I do have to cut it short. But thank you for watching, and then if you're interested in seeing future videos just like this, where we explore London and various other cities all over the world, do hit that subscribe button below and I hope to see you in a future video. Good night for now.